Welcome back. In the previous video, we've returned from the Selenitic Age and gave one more red and blue page to Cirrus and Achenar. And they both say that there is in fact one more of each page in the fireplace of this library. And they've given us instructions on how to get to those pages. And actually, before we go for those pages, since we're pretty much near the end of the game here, let's go ahead and take a look at the map of Myst Island itself. So here's the dock where we started. There's the sunken ship. There's the gear that hold the book to the mechanical age, and the ship that holds the book to the stone ship age. There's the log cabin and the giant tree that lead to the Channelwood age book. There's the clock tower, the shed that lead to the generator. There's the courtyard with the fountain, the planetarium, the library, the tower, and the spaceship with the linking book to the Selenitic age. Now, in case you didn't pick up on their instructions after giving them their penultimate pages, you don't have to worry about listening to Cirrus and Achenar monologue again. In fact, there is some additional dialogue for you if you open up their books again and you don't give them their final page yet. So, starting with Cirrus.
You don't yet have the final page. You must not have understood my directions. Find pattern 158 in the last book on the little ship. Enter it into the fireplace and bring the red page to me. Hurry. And don't touch the blue page of the green book.
Yeah, see? Very short and simplified. And now for Achenar.
You're wasting my time and yours. Put the last book in the little shelf. Put pattern 158 into the fireplace. There's no reason to waste time. Just get the blue page. Leave everything else there.
So, in order to get to the final red and blue page, we have to take a look at a book on this bookshelf, specifically the last book of the middle shelf, that being this book right here. Now, it might appear as burned as the majority of the other books on this bookshelf, but as a matter of fact, it is still mostly intact. And this book holds a series of patterns, a series of 8x6 patterns. And if we hold down the mouse button, we can actually skip through a handful of pages. As you can see, I'm skipping through 10 pages at a time instead of only one page at a time. And we need pattern 158, which is this one right here, and we have to recreate this very pattern into the door of the fireplace. Well, we've never been inside the fireplace yet, so why don't we go ahead and see what's inside. There's a button right here, which lowers the door. And we can actually click on the door and make some square notches. So this is where we have to put in pattern 158. And the pattern goes exactly like this. Now, in real Myst, you can actually click and drag the cursor around the door and be able to make multiple squares at once instead of just clicking on the squares one at a time. So here we go. That's pattern 158, but nothing happens. Well, let's press the button again and see if that changes something. It does. It turns the fireplace around. And lo and behold, there are the final red and blue pages and the green book. So, whichever page we take will set one of the two brothers free, but given the evidence that we've been getting from the other four ages that we've been visiting, I don't trust neither Cirrus nor Achenar, and they both have been telling us to stay away from this green book. Well, you know what? I believe that they are hiding something. I'm pretty sure that there is nothing dangerous about this book at all. As a matter of fact, they said that if I touched this book, then I would be trapped myself. But I don't believe them. Because as far as I'm concerned, everything that's been coming out of the mouths have been nothing but fibs and lies. So, let's pick up the green book. Okay, so far nothing has happened. But what happens if we open it?
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Dunny. Not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend. As you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Oh, perhaps my story is in order. My name is Atris. I fear you've met my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island. In my library. My library. Oh, it contains my works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons, Cirrus and Achenar, we had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise. I could see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. They begged me for access to those books, and I, of course, denied them. Oh, they devised a plan, an evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother, they used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine, to lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except that they removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they have done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
Well, well, well. It's Atris himself, alive and in the flesh. And by the way, I stated this before, but Atris here is played by Rand Miller, who also plays Achenar. Yeah, couldn't really tell the difference, could you? Especially considering those stupid Superman glasses. But yeah, Cirrus and Achenar have been lying. Well, of course they've been lying. They've been lying about everything they've been saying. But they've also been lying about the fact that Atris himself got killed, with Achenar even accusing Cirrus of murdering Atris. But nope, it's all clear as crystal that Atris is alive and breathing. However, Atris himself is also trapped because of the fact that his myth book is missing a page. A page. Could it be perhaps the page that's in the vault by the dock? Would that the page that Cirrus was referring to in that imager in Achenar's room in the Channelwood age? Most likely. Now it could link to this book right now. In fact, the place that Atris is in is called Dunny, apparently. We could actually link to Dunny right now, but I don't think it would be a good idea, because then we ourselves would be trapped there as well. So why don't we go ahead and turn the fireplace back to its original position, and go get that page out of the vault again. Gotta click the button again. Anyway, why am I... Okay, that was weird. I wasn't hearing any wind for a second. Anyway, let's go ahead and grab the page. And then crawl back into the fireplace. Of course, this means we gotta put in pattern 158 again. Which, for me, isn't a problem, because I've played this game many, many times before. go. So, let's go ahead and give this page to Atris.
Have you found the missing page? Come, come.
Indeed, I have found it, my good sir. I have it right here.
Come on, then.
Okay, okay, I'm coming. So, here we are in Dunny. And there's Atris himself right there. And actually, does this place have a map? No, it doesn't. Just thought I'd check. So yeah, we are here in Dunny itself. More specifically, we are in Kavir, which is a place that appears throughout many of the Myst games. Yeah, this very room also appears in the beginning of Riven, the sequel to Myst, as well as in the end of Uru, Path of the Shell, and in the beginning of Myst 5, End of Ages. And you can see there's a little cave-in right here. And this cave-in happened during the events of the first Myst novel, the Book of Atris. Yeah, in the novel, Atris was brought here to Kavir by his father Gen so that he could learn the art of creating Lincoln books and making links to different worlds. However, after an argument, Atris escaped from Kavir, but Gen was able to catch up with Atris, capture him, and throw him into this room and lock him up. And Atris used some kind of a tunneling tool of some sort, not exactly sure what it was, to try to break down the door, but he ended up caught in this cave-in instead, leaving himself trapped in this room, and the only way out was a Lincoln book on this desk, which led to Gen's fifth age, called Riven. And right here in the center of this floor is a mosaic of a person, and this person right here is supposed to be the first king of Dunny, King Renarif. Yeah, he was the first among the many great kings of Dunny. And actually, this person right here is supposed to be the face of one of the Cyan employees. I'm guessing this is Richard Watson or something. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, this is supposed to represent King Renarif, the first great king of Dunny. So anyway, we got the page right here in hand. Let's go ahead and give it to Atris.
Ah, my friend. You've returned. And the page, did you bring the page? Ah, give it to me. You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
And all that we can do for now is wait for Atris to return from Myst Island. Which shouldn't take too long. It should take about a few seconds.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend. But my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, in reward, I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst, the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your explorations satisfying. You will no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more favor. I am fighting a foe much greater than my sons could even imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, feel free to enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you again. The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
Well, that is that, guys. We have reached the end of Myst. Yep, this is how the game ends. There's no, like, ending cutscene apart from Atreus' monologue, and there's no segue to the closing credits. So, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. So, why don't we go ahead and link back to Myst Island? And here we are. Whoa. That's new. Wait a minute. What the hell? Everything is different now. What? Okay, things have changed here suddenly on Myst Island. What is the meaning behind all of this? Well, I'm gonna have to explain all of this to you in the next video. Perhaps the ending has not yet been written.